Hi everyone, we're going to find the slope of the polar curve at each indicated point. R equals 2 minus 3 sinus theta, and we have four points we're going to be looking at. So let's first take the derivative of y with respect to x. That means we're going to take the derivative of y with respect to theta, find that first, and then take the derivative of x with respect to theta, and then do that one. Divide by that one. So first we know that y equals r sine of theta. So substituting in for our r, that's going to give us 2 minus 3 sine of theta times sine of theta for this piece. So let's differentiate our y with respect to theta. All right, this is going to give me, let's look at this, cosine of theta times a 2 minus 3 sine of theta plus, let's just copy down sine of theta times the derivative of this, which is going to be negative 3 cosine of theta. Let's go ahead and simplify. This is going to be 2 cosine of theta minus 3 cosine of theta sine of theta. For this piece, we're going to get minus 3 cosine of theta sine of theta. Now, if you notice, these two are the same. They're both negative 3, so I'm going to do this here. I'm going to cross this part out and change this to negative 6, just to save some room, because we have two of them. So it's like negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. All right, now let's go ahead and factor out a cosine, and we're going to get this equals 2 minus 6 sine of theta times cosine of theta. This is what we're going to let our derivative of y with respect to theta be. That's going to be our numerator. Now let's deal with our denominator. So we're doing x equals r cosine of theta, which means this equals 2 minus 3 sine of theta times cosine of theta. Now this is going to give us derivative of x with respect to theta. We're going to get sine of theta times 2 minus 3 sine of theta. And then let's write just plus cosine of theta times the derivative of this, which is going to be minus 3. It's going to end up being plus 3 cosine of theta. Now simplifying this, we're going to get 2 sine of theta minus 3 sine squared of theta plus 3 cosine squared of theta. If you factor out a sine, we can write this as sine of theta equals 3 sine of theta minus 2, and then we're going to have minus 3 cosine squared of theta. All right, and this should have been a minus, so apologize for that. Let's put a minus here. All right, so this is going to be your denominator. All right, let's put it all together. So our derivative of y with respect to x. Our numerator was 2 minus 6 sine of theta times cosine of theta. our denominator is going to be sine of theta times 3 sine of theta minus 2 minus 3 cosine squared of theta. All right. Now we've got 4 that we have to choose from. So let's look at 0. So if we have at 0, let's find our slope. So this is going to give us 2. So this is going to be theta equals 0. I'll do it like that. So this is going to be 2 minus 0. Cosine of 0 is 1. So that's going to be 2. All right. In the denominator, we're going to get sine of, this is just going to 0 out. So we're going to have negative, this whole piece is going to 0 out. So we're just going to deal with this now. So negative 3, cosine of 0 is 1. So this is going to equal negative 2/3. Now let's go to pi divided by 2. All right. This is going to be 2 minus 6 times cosine of pi divided by 2 is 0. So all we're going to do is we're having 0 in the numerator and something in the denominator. So this is just going to go to 0. All right, at theta equal pi, let's try that one. We're going to try to squeeze all this in. We're going to get 2 minus sine of pi is 0. So that's going to be 2 minus 0 times negative 1. So this is going to equal negative 2. And the denominator, we're just going to get negative 3. So this is going to equal 2/3. I'm trying to squeeze it in. So this is going to be 2/3. And for the last one, we have theta equals 3 pi divided by 2. Now what's going to happen with that? We're going to get 2 minus or plus 6 times 0. So you're going to have 0 in the numerator. You are going to get a value in the denominator. So you're going to get negative 1. This is going to be 0. But you're going to have negative 1 times negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. You are going to get a value here. So it's not going to be undefined. But this is going to equal 0. Because you have 0 in the numerator. So sorry I squeezed it all in, but there it is. A lot of work here. All right, that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.